The beginning. In a small village called Rinazzo di Cento, in the beautiful Emilia-Romagna region of Italy, Ferruccio Lamborghini was born on April 28, 1916. He was the loving son of Antonio Lamborghini, who was an expert in the cultivation of grapevines and owned a small piece of land and a few tractors. Ferruccio was always fascinated by machines since he was a child. He loved to play with them and spent a lot of time around them with their mechanics. Ferruccio went to school in his hometown and later attended a technical institute in Bologna. There, he became passionate about mechanics and engineering. He worked quite hard to master the workings of machines. His teachers quickly recognized his talent, and he became one of the top students in his class. Ferruccio's fascination with mechanics stemmed from his desire to understand how things worked. He wanted to know everything about the inner workings of machines and devoted himself to learning every detail. His hard work paid off, and he became an expert in the field. During his studies, Lamborghini worked different jobs. One of them was mechanical systems engineer. After completing his studies, he decided to make a career in the machinery and tractor industry and started his company, and soon he began designing and building tractors and its machinery. But due to World War II, he had to stop his work and join the military, and because of his past experience and knowledge of complex mechanical systems, he was recruited as a mechanic for planes in the Italian Royal Air Force in 1940. He was stationed in Rhodes, an island located in the Aegean Sea, where he worked on aircraft engines, and for years he stayed there. But in 1943, Italy surrendered, and Lamborghini was taken prisoner along with thousands of other Italian soldiers. The British took Lamborghini to a POW camp in North Africa, where he was held captive for a year and a half. During his time in captivity, he learned English and grew to love British engineering and culture. He also continued his education of studying mechanical engineering and design. After the war, Lamborghini returned home and started a business repairing farming equipment. But his past repeated again with him in 1947, when he was accused of being a fascist sympathizer and thrown in prison. He was locked up for several months before being cleared of all charges. Despite the setback, Lamborghini refused to be defeated. Instead, he used the experience to motivate himself to succeed as an entrepreneur and automotive designer. His time in prison taught him resilience and determination, and his experience during the war helped him appreciate engineering and design even more. The experience that Lamborghini had to go through during the war and his time in prison played a significant role in shaping him, his character, and his outlook on life. He refused to let setbacks keep him down and used his knowledge and passion to build a successful automotive empire. Eventually, in the year 1946, Ferruccio Lamborghini tied the knot with his beloved, Clelia Monti. They dreamt of a beautiful life full of love, joy, and success together. Their love blossomed, and they were blessed with a baby boy whom they named Antonio, or Tonino for short. However, fate had something else in store for them. Clelia's health took a turn for the worse during the birth of their son, and she tragically passed away, leaving Lamborghini heartbroken and devastated. As he stood there, holding his newborn son, Lamborghini felt a wave of emotions crashing down upon him. He knew that he had to be strong for Tonino, and so he made a promise to himself to raise his son to the best of his ability. Clelia was laid to rest in the family grave, and Lamborghini had to find a way to cope with the loss of his beloved wife while also raising Tonino on his own. It was a difficult time, but Lamborghini drew strength from his love for his son and his unwavering determination to succeed in life. Lamborghini worked very hard for his son and didn't give up, even when he faced challenges. He had a big dream of becoming successful in the car industry. However, after the death of his first wife, he married Anita Borgatti in 1947, who played an important role in both Ferruccio's personal and professional life. Eventually, after starting Lamborghini Trattori in 1949, Ferruccio Lamborghini's company became one of the biggest tractor manufacturers in Italy, where Anita Borgatti also played an essential role. Her education in economics helped her to manage the company's finances for over 2 decades. Anita was responsible for accounting, staff organization, and her careful spending decisions that prevented Ferruccio from investing all of his wealth in his ambitious ideas. Along with taking care of the business, she also took care of Tonino, Ferruccio's son from his first marriage. She was a key contributor to the success of both Lamborghini Trattori and, in the future, Lamborghini sports cars. Lamborghini's tractors were very popular, and people from all over the world admired and complimented them. Anita's honesty and practicality balanced Ferruccio's innovative and often expensive vision, making her a valuable asset to the Lamborghini company. She was a significant contributor to the success of the company. Her skills and practical approach helped to ensure the financial stability of the company, allowing it to flourish and become an iconic brand in the automotive industry. As the years passed by, it was in 1960 when Ferruccio Lamborghini decided to buy a sports car for himself. So he went on to purchase a Ferrari 250 GT, which was considered a very fancy sports car at the time. However, Lamborghini was not satisfied with the car because he found it too noisy and uncomfortable. He also believed the clutch needed to be stronger for a high-performance vehicle. So he decided to go to Enzo Ferrari, the founder of Ferrari, to complain about the car. But Ferrari did not listen to him and dismissed his complaints, telling him that he knew nothing about sports cars because he was a tractor manufacturer. Upon hearing Enzo Ferrari's comments, Lamborghini got very angry and decided to be determined to build a sports car that could rival Ferrari. Lamborghini decided to start his own car company. He hired a team of talented engineers and designers, including Giotto Bizzarini, Gianpaolo Dallara, and Marcello Gondini, who later became very famous in the automotive industry. In 1963, Lamborghini founded Automobili Lamborghini and launched the company's first car, the Lamborghini 350 GT, which was unveiled at the Turin Auto Show in 1964. The car was a huge success and received high praise for its excellent handling, performance, and gorgeous design. Eventually, in 1966, the company introduced the Lamborghini Miura, which is considered one of the most iconic sports cars of all time. The Lamborghini Countach, which was introduced in 1974, was another groundbreaking car that established Lamborghini as a leading player in the luxury sports car market. Designed by Marcello Gondini, the car featured a futuristic design with a low, wedge-shaped body and scissor doors that opened upwards instead of outwards. However, it was not long before problems started to arise in his successful business. Like any other business, this successful businessman faced some major financial difficulties as well in the 1970s. It all started in 1972 when Ferruccio Lamborghini sold a majority of his company to 2 new owners, Giorgio-Henri Rossetti and Rodney Leimer. They had big dreams of expanding the product line and boosting sales. However, Lamborghini didn't agree with their views, and their differing opinions caused a rift. As a result, Lamborghini resigned as president in 1974. Unfortunately, things only got worse for the company. In 1973, a global oil crisis hit, causing sales of luxury cars, including Lamborghinis, to decline. The company struggled to make enough money to cover its expenses, and bills started to pile up. Despite all these problems, there was one positive thing that kept Ferruccio Lamborghini strong, and that was his infinite love for Maria Teresa Kane. The couple finally decided to get married in 1974. Soon they were blessed with a beautiful daughter who they named Patrizia. Ferruccio and Maria Teresa soon got busy creating the best life possible for their beloved daughter when things took a turn for the worse in 1977 and the company went bankrupt. There were a few reasons for the bankruptcy, and that included mismanagement, the struggling luxury car market, and the high costs of running the business. Due to these problems, Lamborghini had to sell his remaining shares to a group of Swiss investors. They took over the company's assets and created a new business called Nuova Automobili Ferruccio Lamborghini. All these incidents created a tough time for Lamborghini, but he never lost his spirit. Despite all the challenges, he remained a respected figure in the automobile industry. In his later years, Lamborghini spent a lot of time on his estate, where he would work on his tractors and enjoy the quiet life. Later, he also developed a passion for winemaking, and he soon began producing his wine on his estate. Unfortunately, Lamborghini's health began to decline, and he passed away in February 1993 at the age of 76. Despite his passing, his legacy lives on through his automobiles and his daughter's continued work